I'm Claire. I am currently a freshman at the Fashion Institute of Technology, which is why I'm making this video. I made a dorm tour before, so if you are a current senior going to be a freshman, I would definitely check out that video, especially if you know what housing you're going to be in. I live in co-ed, and these videos were super helpful for me at this time. I just loved it, and so I thought I would try to do the same thing. Also, right now it's like almost 5 and I'm trying to do this with the teensy bit of daylight that comes through my window before the sun sets, so I should be good. But if it gets darker, that is why. So I am an FBM major, so Fashion Business Management. I am from a small town and I love New York City, so I can start there. If it wasn't for New York, I don't know what I would do, because it just really makes the school what it is. Well, not completely. Also, these are just my opinions. This is my experience. My experience is like no other. I can confidently say sorry, it really was nothing what I expected, but it's all what you make of it, so that's something to take with you through your years of college. So New York City is just so motivating, and it's great because FIT does things connected to the city, and that's why there are so many more opportunities here. Also, that it's just a good school. I remember feeling so I don't know, my roommate and I did things the very first night, but I remember sitting on my floor and not it just felt, I get a standoffish vibe from some people, and I remember watching these videos as an incoming freshman and some people saying the same thing. There's not a huge community here, but it's what you make out of it, so don't take that as me hating on the school. That could equally be my fault, but even at orientation there were things that people, I was just tried to have conversations, but a conversation is both ways. So if the other person isn't putting in the effort, it stops so soon, and it is the most awkward thing ever. So that personally drew me to NYU more, because I had a really close friend who introduced me to people, and I feel that's a really good way to make friends, is mutual friends. And that really worked for me, because meeting people seems to be the hardest, not always just straight up connecting with them. And yeah, I tried my hardest and the two friends that I do have and the acquaintances are really great people, but I found it hard to find people with similar interests and just similar personalities as me, who oh gosh, who like to do the same thing and have the same mentality on the world, if that makes sense. I don't know. I want to be with people who I can be my complete self with, and I don't have to change myself. So I guess that's a problem I ran into. So what's a good flow? Let's go into the dorms. So I am pretty content with my dorm. It's really big size for New York City. I hate that there is no kitchen, and there are very few dorms at FIT who do have a kitchen. Alumni and the co-ed apartments, and I think the Nagler apartments are hard to come by because everybody wants those. So even though we have a kitchen in the basement, I don't like going down there because it smells weird, and I would rather just have my own fridge that I don't have to worry about like wrapping 5 times in a bag so nobody steals my yogurt. And it's like makes it really hard to eat because like I have 14 meals a week, so there's like 19, 14, and 9, and then you can just do declining balance. But like the dining hall has terrible hours, it has terrible selection of food, and like I have done the opposite of the freshman 15, completely the opposite. Like part of that is just that I walk a lot, so I have like killer leg muscles and I burn a lot of calories that way, but also just like FIT does not feed you, like especially because I guess a lot of people either don't live on campus, like, or commute from farther away, so on the weekends, or like go home, like a lot of the school goes home. It's very quiet here on the weekends. It's on my floor, and just like the vibe I get, like there's a difference between Tuesday in like common hour and Saturday at like 3 in the afternoon. There's a huge difference. Also, when it's cold out, nobody goes outside, but we had a warm day in February and I was like, wait, it actually feels like a college campus. Also, I'm looking off to the side because I like my screen is there, but I want to leave it up because then if it goes out of focus I can change it. So I'm sorry about that. So yeah, the food, there are some good things like the tortellini, the quesadillas, and the calzones are pretty good, but like I don't like a couple of the cashiers really bug me about things, and there's like no water. They change, there's like weird breaks, and some like if I want to get lunch I have to make sure I get it from like noon to 1. Like if I were to wait to 3, I have a bad sleeping schedule, so I also have a bad eating schedule. So if like I wait till 3, there's not going to be a lot. Like there's not pizza in the evening. Like it's really, really hard to overeat because it's not a buffet. We have one dining hall and you get like your meal, like a side, like chips, fruit, or like a cookie and then a drink, and then that's it. Like that's one meal swipe. And so that's like a good and a bad thing. It's bad because like I don't have a fridge, so it's not like I can buy my own food or have like leftovers and store it in my room. So eating in college for me has been like hella difficult. But like the dorm itself, the communal bathrooms are okay. The people, like sometimes like I just don't understand people. It's gross. But like for the most part, like it's fine. Like it's really not that big of a deal. But like I'm on the 2nd floor and we have remodeled bathrooms, so they're much nicer than like the ones up from me. And I don't have any light. This is a sunny day, so there's a lot of light coming in, which is why I'm filming this video today. But usually it's terrible. But like that's just me. That's just me on the 2nd floor. The walls are fairly thin if people talk loud. So people have definitely heard me talking very loudly on the phone before. Oops. I'm struggling. It's fine. Okay, something everybody mentions in these videos is like how there are no straight guys, or like even guys in general. This hasn't been a problem for me at all because of my friends at NYU who started with guy, met more guys, and I have a good amount of guy friends, possibly too many at times. Also like the 1 out of like 2, well now I have a couple more friends, and like friend, like acquaintance to friend is closer to friend. You know what, I don't know, there's a lot of different levels of people. But like my first like good friend here, no, my second, he is a straight, I like somehow find a guy, like I don't know. I've never had guy friends in high school, but now it's funny because that's like all I have. I don't know. Okay, so why we come to college? Academics. I said I'm an FBM major, so my classes are businessy, obviously. I have taken 4 gen ed so far. I took English stats last semester, and now I am taking macroeconomics and history. So macroeconomics is required for my major, just like stats was, I believe. Or maybe everybody. I don't think everyone has to take it. I know English is a requirement, and I had no AP transfer over. So that sucked because like my roommate, for example, and like many other people, she like only has 5 classes a week because she didn't have, or maybe I could be wrong. She like got a lot of AP credit, so that really like helped her have a much easier schedule. So if you haven't, I don't think AP tests have happened yet. That's like May. Do really well on your AP test so you can get a 3 or better, and then you can get credit. I know some people, I think I've heard, have had trouble getting them to transfer or count, but try your hardest and fight them because it'll make, you can like possibly graduate early if you can take more classes in a semester or just like give yourself an easier load if you want to have a job on the side too. So macroeconomics is okay, and history is interesting. I had a really great English teacher, and stats was just like a mess for me. That was not a good class, but like it's fine. It's fine. I don't ever want to take math again. So I feel like I've been extremely lucky with the professors I've ended up with. So when I picked my classes in June for fall semester, I like was able to see the professors for all of them, and I got like exactly the same schedule like I planned for, because you like make a mock schedule and it's really stressful, but I did it. And I looked them all up on Rate My Professor, except maybe like one, and that was like not the best professor. It was like annoying. She was annoying at times, but like I got a really good grade in that class, so like that was really helpful looking them all up. But this semester I picked the classes in November or early December. See, I can't really remember because like I know there wasn't snow on the ground, but like it didn't, I don't know, November or December, sometime around there. And none of the professors were listed, and so I was just doing it solely based on time. So like I didn't have an 8 a.m. last semester, but I did this because like I tried to pack as much as I could on Mondays, so I did like 8 to 5 straight through, so that I only have 1 class on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And I didn't have Friday classes at all like either semester, and that's like a lot of FIT students have that. Not a lot of people have classes on Friday, and that's really nice. I can't imagine it any other way. Because like we have 3-hour classes here, so, or like depending, because sometimes like my stats and then this semester my textiles class are split into 2, so they're slightly shorter. Okay, so back what I was originally trying to say. I ended up with great professors this semester, and none of them are like ridiculous or like hard or particular, like picky about things for no reason. I think they're all pretty fair, and I enjoy them. I'm trying to, yeah, there's a lot of writing. The team development workshop class, that's what it's called. I ended up with a great group, and that's key because you're with them all semester, and you have to do projects with them and like communicate a lot, and I feel very thankful. I'm very thankful that like I have there's 6 of us, so 5 other girls that are like good and easy to work with and like nice and stuff. I think what like FBM is like manageable. I don't know if I said that already. I think if you take the time to actually read the content in the books, you'll get a lot more out of it. Oh, like that's a good thing to talk about. Buying books. So I got 2 books, I think, between the 2 semesters from other students. They're doing construction. I don't know how loud that's going to sound. From 2 other students, and I do not recommend buying from the bookstore because like people who do that, I don't understand them. I don't understand why you would like pay more when you can rent a book. Like you can't resell it. But I've rented all my books, and the only problem is that like they've been online, and I kind of have trouble reading books online. I like get a headache from like looking at the screen or like whatever. I'm rambling for no reason. Yeah, don't buy your books there. There are many other places, and you can price check, so that's cool. Okay, so one thing I don't like about this campus is there's not enough lounge spaces or like good places to do your work, in my opinion, or like at least places that work for me. Places I like that I'm just like realizing this semester are the 7th floor in Dubinsky, Nagler Workroom. That's nice. So that's like the one of the dorms. I just went there last night and it was a good place. I got work done. I'm not a huge fan of the library. Really. I never get anything done in there. I wish it had looked more like a library with like an older feel to it. This is just very like white and bright, and like I don't like it. But that's just me. One thing I do like about the layout of the campus is, okay, so there are only 4 buildings excluding the dorm, and you can get from the library where the museum is on like the side of the dorms all the way over to where the dining hall is by walking inside, and it's amazing because it's cold and windy, and like even though you're literally everything's on one block anyways, it is amazing to just be able to walk straight through. So like when I'm feeling really extra and it's really cold, I will like walk up the stairs and then walk over instead of just walking outside. Depending on how late I am, it's worth it. And I highly recommend taking advantage of. I just yesterday found out that you can get from the library to the other buildings, and I've been here for like 4 months. So what does that tell you? Also that there's quesadillas. Oh my god, it keeps going out of focus. Also that, is it just my eyes? Also that there are quesadillas in the cafeteria. I didn't know that either until like 2 weeks ago. Okay, so I'm part of the merchandising society. I don't love it, but there are tons of perks. Like for example, tomorrow I am going to Urban Outfitters headquarters, which is in Philadelphia, and it's like an all expense paid for trip. We're just going from like 8 to 4, taking a bus over, and that's like the first trip I'm going to go on with them. That's going like an industry trip, I think they call them. I'm very, very excited, and things like that make it worthwhile to go to the meetings in the Style Shop hour. The Style Shop is like our student run shop that we all have to work an hour in if you're in the merchandising society. And so like it's only 2 hours of your time a week. Like that's really not that bad. I wish I made more friends in it. I mean, maybe if I went to more events I would. Everyone talks about how they make friends. I'm just like really bad at it, I guess. And like we got to go, or like a few, like 10 to 15 people usually, got to go to a like VIP, like a behind the scenes tour before Macy's opens of the flower show that they do here, and that was really neat. Yeah, they have a lot of really good things, and if you're in FBM, which that's like basically what everyone who is in that club, that's their major, it's good for getting internships and connections. So other clubs, they all happen, okay, this bugs me, they all happen like Tuesdays or Thursdays 1 to 2, and that's, I wish there were more like fun clubs about like just like random passions, and that would be like, that's only something you get to do in college, really, like unless you have a lot of time on your hands as an adult, but like there's not always a lot of time to put like aside to like random things that make you happy. So yeah, I wish I could, it's kind of hard to be a part of more than one club, I'd say. That's just my experience. Someone's gonna be watching this video and be like, what the heck is she talking about? I know nothing. So that's not true, but as you can tell by the quesadillas. Okay, so events. Last semester I was like, there are like no events here that are like good timing and I want to do. But this year I think I've been going to more, trying to get more free stuff. It's very uncomfortable to sit on the floor, that's why I'm moving around so much. And that's just a heater. Yeah, there's a good amount of things, and like after I film this video I'm going to go watch the jazz in the cafeteria, and I think if you have people to go to these things with, they're probably more fun, as with most things in life. And so yeah, but they definitely offer a lot of events here and have like free, like not free, tickets for the, oh yeah, I did Soul Cycle here, not here, like the Soul Cycle in the Meatpacking District by the High Line, but it was $20, which is a pretty good price. It was just one class, and I could bring my friend from NYU. We went together, and so you just like get the tickets in like the student area, and that same day they were giving away free tickets to Black Panther, and it sold out. So those are all my thoughts that popped in my head. I wrote like broad topics like dorm, eating in my notes, and then I kind of just rambled, but like that's how everything came to me, and I hope this could be helpful. Definitely watching more than one of these videos, which I'm sure you will be very beneficial, because everyone has different experiences, especially me, from like other people. So like some will paint a more negative light, some more positive, and it's helpful to pull from like both to like get a good picture. And if you get like discouraged from some videos saying that it can be difficult to make friends, try not to let that go to your head too much, because that can like put, as my mom will always say, that can put negative thoughts in your head, and then it might seem like impossible to make friends. And so just smile, try, like I don't know, I'm not the person to be giving advice about that, but don't think it's impossible, because it's not. And people who are like good matches for you you will find them. They will be there, even if it takes a while, or you meet them in like the most random time. You will find them. If you have any questions, I've always wanted, one girl like commented on my dorm tour and I got to answer her questions, and it made me so happy, because that was me asking questions a year ago. It's so exciting to like imagine, like get ready to live in New York City and be part of this great school. So I wish you all the best of luck.